Hello children, welcome to social class. Last class we already completed advent of Europeans to India, and today's class we are learning about a new lesson, that is the extension of the British rule. And here we are learning about extending a matter or expanding a British rule over India. We are learning. Before that we are already knowing that how they came to India, why they came to India, that is none other than Europeans, and afterwards we learned that they got there as a control over India in the southern part of most of the southern part of India, and also even in most of the eastern part of India. It is none other than Bengal provinces. Now let's learn about a new lesson, that is the extension of British rule. As about through the Carnatic war. Carnatic, it is none other than there is the eastern part of Tamil Nadu through a Carnatic war. That is nearly the Carnatic war. As the Britishers, they made the Europeans not to compete them in India because they already got there as a success, and also even they got there as a success over most of the southern part of India. Southern part of India, and even another one, that is about the eastern part. We'll go for the eastern part. Here we are learning that as a Battle of Buxar, Battle of Plassey, and Battle of Buxar. Here the Britishers, they gained the political control over India. That also we learned in a last class. And even while getting there as the eastern part, there is especially Bengal province. So while summarizing this matter, here we are getting there as by 1765. There is after the Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar, it was held in the year 1764. In the next year, in 1765, during that time, most of the eastern part it was came under the control of Britishers. And even though it was getting a success, but also still some other places or about some other states, it was becoming as a powerful in India. It is none other than Marathas, Marathas and Mysore, they are dominant over the Britishers, we can learn. And how they are or who are they, let's learn one by one here. As about the Marathas and about the Mysore, they are from the southern and the western part, they are dominant over the Britishers. And even along with that, another one, that is a Sikh part. Along with them, Sikhs also, they are also dominating Britishers in order to expansion of British rule over India. And also here, that is in the north-western part of India. In a Maratha part, while getting this information, here they are none other than as about the Peshwas. While getting about the Mysore, it is none other than Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. They are impediment or they are hindrance in the path of expansion of British rule in India. About the Sikh matter, here during the 19th century, as Ranjit Singh he was began as an opposer, or he was opposed to Britishers, and even he got a success in order to organizing the Sikh during 19th century. 19th century, he got a success in order to organizing the Sikhs. Clear? And also these are important things we learn here about the Marathas and the Mysore and also Sikh. And even though Britishers, they are waging a war against with the various kingdoms, that is in the mid part of 18th century to a mid part of the 19th century, mid part of 18th century to mid part of 19th in order to establish their empire in India. Apart from this, they are following another two important cunning policy also, that is over various kingdoms. It is none other that is a subsidiary alliance and also a doctrine of lapse. Apart from this, the Britishers, they are using their cunning policies or various kingdoms, that is none other subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse. In Kannada we can call it as a Sahayaka Sainya Paddhati, and as a doctrine of lapse it is none other Dattu Makkalige Hakkilla. These two important policies, it was brought by a Britishers over various kingdoms in order to establish their political control over India. And also even as during this period, nearly a three battle or nearly a three side as the Britishers, they started a war against with them. It is none other than already we learned, that is the Marathas, Mysore and the Sikh. Now let's learn about the what are the battles. During this period, Britishers, they are waging a war, that is nearly three Anglo-Maratha war, 4 Anglo-Mysore war, and 2 Anglo-Sikh war. And in this lesson, we are learning about the 3 Anglo-Maratha war and the 2 Anglo-Sikh war, and this 4 Anglo-Mysore war you are learning in a lesson 4 in the coming classes. Now let's learn about the one by one now. Among the 3 Anglo-Maratha war, first one we are learning, that is none other than first Anglo-Maratha war. It took place in the year 1775 till 1782. It was taken a place, or it was continued till 1782. Let's learn about this war. As about the Marathas, they installed Shah Alam II. Marathas, they installed Shah Alam II, installed again, brought that a person. We already familiar about this name. It is none other than Shah Alam II. He is a Mughal emperor. We learned during a battle of Buxar as a Mir Qasim. He was during that battle, or during the battle of Buxar, Mir Qasim was getting a failure there, and because of, in order to get the success, he was made an agreement with the Shah Alam II of a Mughal emperor, and also Shujat Dawla. He is the Nawab of Oudh. We learned. Even after during a battlefield, he was running from the battlefield, but as a problem or about a war indemnity or about a compensation, and suffered by none other than Shah Alam II, and another one is Shujat Dawla. We learned. And so that person, even after getting a failure in that battle of Buxar, then afterwards they are under the control of a Britishers. They are under the care of a Britishers. Now again they installed by a Marathas. So Marathas, they installed Shah Alam II back to the throne. That is the Mughal Buxar. Now, as about Shah Alam II was getting there as an opportunity to come out that or to go for another one part of big place or no. So that's what as a Shah Alam II, he was a gay or he gave Kora and Allahabad as two places to a Marathas. And earlier this place it was given to a Britishers. Now this place it was given to a Marathas, and it was created a enmity between Marathas and Britishers or Englishers. British and Marathas, they started enmity between each other. But during this time, one of the incident it was happened as about a Maratha ruler as a strong or a powerful person. His none other than Madhavrao was died. During this time, Madhavrao was died. It is a great loss for a Maratha empire. Now, as the place was vacant, in order to fill that place, as they are appointing his brother is none other than Narayan Rao. He is a brother of Madhavrao. He was came to the throne, but he was killed by his uncle Raghava or Raghunath Rao. Now there was a great fight for the post of Peshwar, but during that time, as about one of the statements, that he is none other than Nana Gadnavis. Under the leadership of Nana Gadnavis, they are appointing or they are selecting a person for the post of Peshwar. It is none other than Narayan Rao's son, Madhavrao II. He was came to the throne under the leadership of Nana Fadnavis. Children, this name it won't be there in your book. Please note it down in your point taking book. Under the leadership of Nana Fadnavis, they appointed for the post of Peshwa as a Narayan Rao's son, Madhavrao II. But instead of Raghava, they appointed this person. Now, as about Raghava, he was getting upset with this development. So, what he was doing here means he was approaching the support from Britishers. He was seeking the support from Britishers. Now, during this time, Britishers they are waiting for a situation that how can they will be attacked there as a Marathas. Without a reason, they can't go for it. Now, that the situation it brought them, and also they took this situation in their favor, and they started a war against, or they are waging a war against with the Marathas. That alone we can call it as it is the first Anglo-Maratha war, and it was held in the year 1775. In the beginning, they got there as a success, or the Marathas they got there as the upper hand, but later afterwards they could not, or they are unable to sustain or unable to face the British army. So for that reason, they came for an agreement with the Britishers. That agreement is none other than there is a Treaty of Salbai. According to this treaty, they came for an agreement to stop or to end up that battle. It is none other than First Anglo-Maratha War, and it was end in the year 1782. Finally, they appointed their answer Madhavrao II as the post of Peshwa. Finally, Madhavrao became as a Peshwa, and finally they appointed Madhavrao II as the post of Peshwa. And this is about First Anglo-Maratha War. Now let's learn about the next part, that is Lord Wellesley and his policy. It is none other than subsidiary alliance. Now let me learn about Lord Wellesley and the subsidiary alliance. As about the expansion of a British rule, it was took place, and as it was took place, and so it was going for a faster pace even after the arrival of Lord Wellesley as the Governor General of India. He was arrived to India as a Governor General of India. Soon after his arrival, the expansion of British Empire or expansion of British, it was extending in a faster way, and also why or how it was extended in a faster way, that one also we are learning now one by one. Because during that time, as about the strongest power or a powerful part or powerful state, it is none other than Marathas and Mysore, they became weak. Marathas and Mysore state, they became weak. They became weak. When they became as a weak, it was giving a chance for Britishers to expand their empire in a faster way. During that time, as about a person, Lord Wellesley, he followed nearly 3 policies. He followed nearly 3 policies. One is the subsidiary alliance. Second one is the waging war. Against new state. And third one is the administering of states. Administering of states directly that came under British. Children, please note it down that sometimes they may ask the question, what are the policies it was followed by Lord Wellesley in order to expand his empire in India? It is none other than, first one is the subsidiary alliance, and second one is the waging war against the new state, and third one is the administering of states directly that were under the control of Britishers. Now let me learn about the subsidiary alliance. This subsidiary alliance, it was brought by Lord Wellesley, and it was came into be established, or it was came into be effect in the year 1798 till 1805. It was followed there as a subsidiary alliance. It was brought by Lord Wellesley. It was came into effect in the year 1798. And what is the main reason means to bring local kings or bring the Indian states under their control here. And also originally it was a military, it was basically military protection agreement. Basically it is a military protection agreement between East India Company and Indian states. Now let's learn about what are the conditions, and these all conditions you are learning in the next class, and till then take care. Thank you.